feel like it's almost a pattern at this point to talk about. We don't have a medical update yet on the Premier Champion Gory, but we know his next contender in 3 weeks is Chris LaRusso. But here's a newfound contender. What's that?
Did you hear? I don't know if you heard.
Well, I heard, and I can also read, if you can notice that shirt there, Mr. Steele.
I know, but I want to make sure you heard as well.
Would you like to reiterate to those that may be just jumping on?
Calvin Couture pinned Andrew Palace. Calvin Couture pinned Andrew Palace. Calvin Couture pinned Andrew Palace. And Mandime is telling that girl right now that that Calvin Couture pinned Andrew Palace. He's telling everybody, including that small child.
The man who pinned Andrew Palace, Calvin Couture.
Perhaps the biggest upset in Premier history.
Wait.
Get it right. Ladies and gentlemen, the man who pinned former Premier Champion Andrew Palace, Calvin Couture.
Calvin's very proud of himself. He's not bashful. He's not shy about expressing himself, is he?
He looks good in the shirt, too.
Well, maybe a couple more wins, he can afford the rest of it.
Speaking of a man that doesn't wear a full shirt, here is Sless Taylor.
Celeste Taylor may not have a full T-shirt, but he's got a lot of heart, and he's had some momentum on his side over the past couple of events. What about the victory over Bruce Gray that sent Bruce Gray into a angry tailspin of a rant? And we talked about it before. You want to measure athleticism, Celeste Taylor's got to be number one on anybody's list.
Well, he's certainly an athletic specimen. There's no doubt about that. But, as Bruce Gray would tell you, it's not all about flips out there. It's about getting the job done.
Well, it's true it's about getting the job done, but the issue is, BC Steele, the specific style and way used to get the job done isn't up for one or two people to decide. What Celeste Taylor does isn't any less of pro wrestling than what Bruce Gray or Nate Matson do.
Well, we could also talk about the style of Calvin Couture, which is what helped pin Andrew Palace.
You don't think it was Sonny Vice hitting Palace with a chair to the skull? You don't think it was Mandime running interference the whole time? There's a lot of asterisks that should probably be on the whole second half of that shirt that doesn't exist.
Okay, those things did happen, absolutely. I won't deny it. Okay, now Calvin right now should regain himself, and he should try and get a chant going. Calvin Couture pin Andrew Palace. Doo-dah.
Good luck.
Fans love chants. You get a couple streamers telling him he deserves. There you go. They can tell him he deserves it. They love saying that.
Do you think fans love Calvin as much as Calvin loves Calvin?
I don't think that's possible.
There you go.
It's a high bar to set.
Is Calvin going to come into this matchup now after beating Andrew Palace, maybe believing he's untouchable or invincible? Could this be a hindrance more than a help for Calvin?
It's possible, but I think this is going to be the thing that catapults him. Well, that catapults him back.
Well, fitting.
But I meant the win over Andrew Palace, which he did pin Andrew Palace.
You're so subtle.
Imagine Calvin Couture goes on a winning streak. He's going to have T-shirt after T-shirt after T-shirt.
Let's give these people what they want.
Calvin told me earlier today. What's this one? Hose off? Oh, no. To finish, Calvin told me earlier today that everything he does in his career, he owes that moment of pinning Andrew Palace to all of his future success. So to him, pinning Andrew Palace is the most important thing he'll ever do.
Ooh. Oh, he gave it to him. He gave it to him.
What does that even mean?
to him. The definition is in the sentence.
Let's see what Celeste brings to the table. Best shape I've ever seen Sless in. Double bicep.
Nobody wants to see that.
That's how you do posing. I mean, that's how it works.
No, it's
I
not.
don't know what Calvin's little twirly deal was, but man, he just paid for it because he got hit in the mush a couple of times.
He was serving it to him out there.
What is it? What are you talking about? Serving what? And Mandime's got the foot. And Celeste Taylor's about sick of that. Calvin gets the knee into the midsection. Calvin is very crafty. He picks his opportunities very well. And certainly we've seen him kind of grow up here in Premier from a lackey into a formidable foe. And I'll tell you what, say what you want about his shirt or his bow tie or anything, but whether he deserved the Palace victory or not, we're seeing the best Calvin we've gotten to date.
Well, don't let the glitz, glamour, and fashion fool you. He can get it done when it's in that ring. There's a very aggressive streak to Calvin Couture, and we're going to see more of that, I feel, after his win, where he, pinned Andrew Palace.
And overhead with a neck breaker.
Joe, it's it. Here it is. 1, 2, 3. 2.
Are you Calvin's publicist or something? Are you trying to spread the word out even further? Calvin has not shut up about this on social media for 3 weeks.
Well, yeah, I mean, if the role's open, I'd be more than happy to help. I have publicized a thing or two in my day.
You've had a couple of things become public you didn't want to.
Things pending we can't discuss.
We'll talk about the damage Calvin's doing to Sless.
No, he's laying it into the back right now. It's hard to be athletic and be doing your flips if you can't move off the ground. And Joe, as I've said before, I don't know if you know this, but your back is kind of everything to do.
Calvin grounding Celeste Taylor, smart maneuver. Why is Mandime?
Well, Mandime is like 2 peas in a pod. You can't have 1 pea because then you don't need the pod because you don't have 2 peas for the pod.
But Calvin wasn't out here for his match earlier.
Well, Calvin was busy. He was organizing his shirt, picking out a bow tie.
Organizing his shirt.
Yes.
All one of them. Good grief.
Don't organize it.
Calvin mocking Sless. What was he doing? Ironing on the letters back there? Give me a break.
Well, no, he had to make sure that it fit appropriately.
Well, and once he found out it didn't, that didn't stop him, did it?
You're a mean person.
I'm just spouting facts.
Why don't you like Calvin? You could pick a fashion tip or two. I bet he could get you one of those.
Calvin's a bit much of a personality to handle, if you haven't noticed.
I thoroughly enjoy Calvin.
I'm sure you do. Sless hit his shoulder on the post. Calvin rolled through. Look out! Miniature version of a flatliner. That was all impact. Sless face first on the canvas and a near fall. Another. Say what you want about Calvin's attitude, which we're seeing a lot of right now. You can't deny the in-ring progression. You can't deny what Calvin's grown into.
Absolutely. He's a man that you and I, at another location, were able to call his very first match. We've seen where he started and where he's at now. And imagine where he's going to be in, say, a year or so after having pinned Andrew Palace.
I hope he's not still wearing that shirt.
He may still have the bow tie. I'm sure he'll wash the shirt.
And Sless battling free. Drop kick, nicely done. Sless makes that look easy. Second time.
And he gets that height on there, too. Almost could have kicked Calvin on the top of the head.
And for the ride, no, look out. Calvin gets dropped. Samoan drop style. Sless can feel it.
We know where Sless is probably going to go.
But unfortunately, we know who's out there. Mandime.
Well, that's Sless's fault for not paying attention.
Mandime learned to butt out of people's business after the Palace match earlier. Wait, Sless, going high risk. Nobody there. The slingshot 450. Calvin's got an opening. Well, this play of the day or whatever Calvin calls it, but he couldn't snap it off. Sless, look out, sit out, powerbomb, nicely done.
Is Mandime okay? How's Calvin going to be at 100% of Mandime's down?
What are they, twins? How does that correlate?
He might be only the nickel right now. He knocked part of it out of him.
That's not my problem. Maybe Mandime can handle that issue in a location other than here.
It's half body, half face, so it's 5 cents a piece.
We'll see which of these athletes gets their feet first. Between Calvin and Celeste Taylor.
Calvin's up.
That'll be worth their weight in gold.
Gold like the backside of Calvin Couture.
Assuming you mean his trunks. Side Russian leg sweep by Sless.
Not the actual backside. That would sound like a medical condition.
I've heard of Goldfinger, but this is ridiculous. Celeste Taylor going to the top rope.
You can have a medical condition.
Oh, wait.
Wait a minute.
Why did you do a flip? Do a flip so they can get him off it! Get your phone out! Get with this! You know what's wrong with wrestling!
Bruce and Nate mocking Celeste Taylor.
Well, you know, they had to get their message across. No better time than the present.
The hell's wrong with trying to win a match off the top rope? There's that play of the day. And, oh, don't tell me Calvin's going to do it again. He does.
Praise Giorgio Armani.
Here is your winner, Calvin Couture.
And Bruce and Nate look like they just accomplished something.
Well, they did. I mean, they stopped Celeste from doing a flip. Well, he did a flip, but not the way he intended.
Don't you think Celeste would have won this matchup if not for Nate and Bruce?
Nope.
Oh, come on.
The way I see it, Celeste is going to have to worry about talking like this now after the way he landed.
Celeste's got to worry about defending his professional lifestyle and his ring style against two people that think he's not worthy.
Hey, Joe.
And that was the start of it all.
And now I think he can get some sleeves on there that says, I pin Celeste Taylor.
Well, I mean, Celeste is a tough athlete, but obviously this I Pinned Andrew Palace campaign, it's another desperate plea for attention from Calvin Couture, but technically it is truthful. Calvin adds another victory to the record book and can still be proud of the accomplishment emblazoned across his t-shirt.